absolute beautiful song, Chocho Palava by Six Strings. Of course, we are back. Well, I am back. It's a Saturday. We're excited to be coming your way. As you know, we come your way every Saturday with this show. Very informative, very entertaining. And today is no different. My name is Noella Kareniali. I know I've been off for quite a number of weeks. I missed you. I don't know about if you missed me, but I definitely missed you. I had to go and write exams. You know, I'm in school. So if you missed me, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not coming as often as you would wish for me to come. But listen, I am back. I'm excited to be back. And listen, we have an exciting show coming up. As you know, what we're going to do, we're going to look at trends. We're going to look at some of the videos that are trending. And obviously, this week, I saw there's a particular video I'm going to show you. It's hilarious because I have been a victim of such an incident. And so to see that somebody had been caught and was being taught a lesson, it gave me so much joy. Even though, you know, obviously I'm against the violence that was meted out to him, but I'm excited at least he got what he asked for. So I'll be sharing that video with you in the trend segment. Obviously, we're going to be bringing you some Vox Pop where we go onto the streets of Accra and we touch base with you. And, you know, we ask you relevant questions. You share your insight with us because that's what the show is about. It's about what you think, okay? It's not really about me made up coming to sit here and talk a lot of English. It's about you, what's happening to you in terms of transport issues, in terms of societal issues, and what you have to say to shape up our society better, right? And so we'll bring you the Vox Pop as well. But today we're continuing our conversation. We're looking at the depreciation, I should say, of the city and fuel prices. You know what? Let me take that back. We're looking at the appreciating of the city, not the depreciating of the city. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm so used to the dollar being going, you know, up. We're not used to it going down, but yeah. We're going to be talking about the city appreciating. Also, the fact that fuel prices have significantly gone down now, but is it automatically translating to the cost of items coming down? I know Guta has reacted to this. I want to share some insights with you on what they had to say. They said they called on government to implement urgent measures to stabilize the city and alleviate the economic pressures. Well, that has been done. But are they willing to initiate cost of things going down? They're not ready, okay? And that's by Guta. But hey, we're going to be touching base with Kumasi. Yao is all the way in Kumasi, and we'll also be getting their, you know, their thoughts or their insights about what's happening. And so all in all, it's really going to be a good show. Debbie Sway is going to be here. We're going to be discussing the trends together. We're going to be talking about what people had to say when she went out to seek your thoughts. Listen, it's going to be a good show. I'm Noella Kareniali once again, and this is Chocho Diaries, your favorite. We'll be right back.
Reporting live for Chocho Diaries News. My name is Neo Dwedwe, aka Bubash Kevinant, aka Schumann. This very afternoon, a negligent driver nearly knocked a student down after refusing to stop or even slow down for the student to cross the road using the zebra crossing side of the road. I have with me here this very negligent driver who refused to stop. Please, my friend, come here. And also, I have with me here a student who happens to be part of the Case Road Safety Panel. My dear, please come. Hello, what's your name?
Sesinam.
Viewers, Sesinam is a potential future president. And I believe in next 2 years too, she will be taller than me. By the way, Sesinam asked a question to ask this negligent driver. Sesinam, my dear, go on with your question.
The question I want to ask him is that, are you aware that if a pedestrian is crossing a road where there is zebra crossing, you need to stop for the person to cross?
Are you aware?
Boss, everybody is aware about this. Everybody is aware.
Okay.
So if I were to be your daughter and you see me crossing the street, won't you stop for me to cross?
Which kind of question is this? If it's my daughter, automatically I'll stop for her. Boss, Charlie.
You stop for her. You stop for her. My dear sister, now, go back to your classroom and learn, okay? Okay, good girl. I don't know, like you have kind of attitude. Wait for me, don't move. Wait for me, don't move. My guy, I beg go to the office. When you get there, tell HR and manager that they should come to police headquarters. I beg them, they should come and bail me. I have a small score to settle. So they should come there. Reporting live under the scorching sun at a total station near you. This is Bubuashi Kevin Hart. In developed countries, most people by the age of 18 have been able to gather enough money to buy their own car, whether a brand new car or a home used car, it's still their car. Unlike this country, the only time you can have a car is when you're working for a company, whereby they give you their own car for you to work with it for them. Or let's say your late grandfather's car, which will pass on to you. Or let's say you struggle all your life working up and down. Morning you wake up midnight to go to work, body throttle here and there, throttle destroy your trousers, throttle destroy your shoes. It's like you struggle before you get a car. Even sometimes, Grabo, after working all those years, that money will still not be enough for you to buy a car. Unless you need to add your pension money to it. People can get your own car at age 60. I've come to realize the reason why we are unable to save enough money to buy a car at our young age. It's all because of these bad practice behaviors we have been practicing. Behaviors like anytime we find ourselves in trouble, we buy unnecessary things. Unnecessary things I thought we would like to buy. Unnecessary things like plantain chips, economy pie, ataji, and the most dangerous one among all, if you buy one, by the time you realize you bought a whole crate. We have to stop practicing this kind of behavior. We have to save those money so that you can buy our own car at a very young age, not when we are on retirement. That's all my advice for you. Yes, you. That's my advice to you. Yeah, we are done.
All right, you're welcome. Oh, they caught me off guard, but it's fine. It happens, right? Anyway, you're welcome back. It's still Chocho Diaries right here on Joy Prime Television. That was Bubuashi Kevin Hart, always so hilarious, bringing us, hilarious, reactions from the streets of Accra. But hey, I've been joined by the beautiful Wafemi Debbie Sway.
Oh, thanks, Noella. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I missed you on the show.
Oh, yeah.
Did you miss me?
I have missed you, actually.
No, you haven't. You haven't missed me. You see me all the time.
I've missed you. I've actually missed, like, being
on the show, right?
Like,
okay.
Yeah,
right,
the best show in the whole
world.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I love your fit. Your blue, powder blue.
Thank you.
It's working.
I was inspired by the Met Gala. And a hint of Katamantu. So yeah.
Anyway, awesome. Okay, so Debbie has joined us to, together we're going to be bringing you the trends on the show.
Definitely.
We're going to be running commentary. Unfortunately, I wasn't here. I would have wished, he was here so that we do a banter like we usually do. Right? But now that Debbie's here, I don't know how I'm going to do the banter with her, but we're going to figure out something. No worry. So, yeah, on that note, it's now time for the trends. Director, if you're ready, let's have our first video.
I want to see your bodyguard. We hear ya na senya, and can say ya can say nya. I want to see your bodyguard. We hear ya na senya, and can say ya can say nya. I want to see your bodyguard.
It is the skill for me.
I'm trying to figure out if it's being smart or making do with what you have, because I'm thinking he doesn't have a car. Maybe he can't really afford like a delivery car.
No, this is skill. This is something that we should, this is talent.
No.
This is talent.
No, I disagree.
To balance.
But go ahead. I disagree. Make your point.
Balance a pan on my head.
Okay.
This is skill.
Okay.
This is great.
Okay.
Well, the men have done it today. I give it to them. But this is a hazard. It's not good.
Thank you. So that was what I was waiting for, because as much as, yes, we would give him kudos for obviously balancing the wood and everything. Exactly. It could literally go south. There are cars facing him. If the wood should, moving to somebody's windscreen, that's a lot of cost for him.
But to have all that control, like, hey.
Okay, we'll give it up to him. We'll give it up to him for the skill because, yeah, I would have loved to.
But have you ever encountered something like this, like in real day life, seeing?
Oh, maybe when I was a child, you know, sometimes you go and fetch water and then you want to leave it on your head without your hands and stuff. Yeah, so I've tried that before, but that's like, you know, several years ago. You
know, the crazy thing is, when I went out for the Vox Pop, on our way back, we saw this motor rider, and he had a whole freezer tied to, oh God, I wish...
Tied to the motor?
Tied to the motor.
Could only be the men. You never
to the motor, and he was stuck in the middle of the road. He's not able to move, and he's still there.
Obviously, like, how are you supposed to move? You can't move.
Maybe he's training for the Olympics.
The men are not happy that I'm saying that it's only me. Please, before they put off the camera.
Olympic training, because this is bad.
Anyway, so yeah, Debbie is giving him props or kudos for his skills. I'm saying no, that's a bad decision to make. I mean,
I'm all about the bad decisions, so
leave the motor somewhere. Leave the motor somewhere and hold your thing and take it to your destination, or get a car and, you know, delivery car or something that should deliver it to you. But anyway, let's have our second video.
Yeah.
Nasretaki munati, how you meet the ship. Oh, Kana Papa. Nasretaki munati, how you meet the ship. Oh, Kana Papa. Nasretaki munati, how you meet the ship. Oh, Kana Papa. Nasretaki munati, how you meet the ship. Oh, Kana Papa.
Hey! Emo, on my be a Ghana. Ghana, on my be oh.
Seriously, hey.
Because what is this? No, you know this is dangerous, right?
Very dangerous.
Like it's extreme. This thing there, because if the driver should apply his brakes, and he falls.
Oh, he won't fall because the driver understands what's going on. So the driver is taking it slow. You see how the driver was moving?
How are you justifying this, Debbie? So you don't disappoint me.
I'm not justifying.
How are you justifying
It's this seats. Because when I was here, I was always, no, it's the seats. There's something about
this one. All right, guys, do you agree? That's this. I mean, is this good? You are
it's not good. No,
even
it's not
if you're saying no.
I'm not saying it's good. No, I'm not saying it's good.
I mean, it's good.
Survival. But this is horrible.
Oh my God.
The mate has so much skill. I mean, you should join like Avengers or something, because this is like a superpower. What?
No comments.
Look at that.
No comments.
Very strong men in men's fields doing men's work.
Oh my God, I'm so disappointed. Debbie has to make a case. She has to struggle to make a case for the guys, because this doesn't make sense. It's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even healthy for him, because he could literally, you know, fall over.
All of that heat and...
Yeah. I mean, what is this?
What would you tell the police?
Tell the police. Oh. And you know, it's the fact that people are comfortably seated in the car.
Like, as long as they're getting to their destination,
they are comfortable
they say they're 5 cities, they're okay.
Like, they can't be bothered. Hey, me and Kamesi. Because, I mean, anyway, again, kudos to the men for always doing the unthinkable, unimaginable. You know, kudos to you. Let's look at the third video. This is it. So I'm going to tell you guys a story, okay? So several years ago, I'm thinking this is like 8 or 7 years ago, actually more than that, more than 10 years, so more than a decade ago, I was an usher. I had completed high school, and I think a year after, I was still working and all of that. And I went to usher at a certain event. It was at the International Conference Center.
Okay.
And then I was returning. I had just gotten a new smartphone. It was a Samsung some phone be like that for but it was sleek.
Yeah.
It was new. I had just used it for about, I think, 2 months. So the phone was relatively, new. And then I was returning from this event, and obviously I'm in a taxi, and the taxi was mid close. The window was not fully closed; it was like in the middle. So me, I was busy. I had taken some snaps at the event, so I was checking myself out because when you're ushering, obviously you cannot use your phone. So I was checking my videos out. Literally, I could not see my phone. I was just watching my palms. I'm like, where did my phone go? Somebody had snatched it from, and this is around, where the Oak Plaza Hotel on the Spintex Road is.
Yeah.
There's this traffic light over there, and there's this huge bush over there. So the guy had snatched my phone, and he just dashed into the bush. Look, I got out, and I was just there. I was like, hey, I couldn't even shout. I couldn't even shout. And that's why I'm happy about this video, because he was a snatcher.
Exactly.
And he has been snatched.
Simply snatched.
I love it. Simply snatched. I love it. I do not condone or support the violence being meted out to him, but he deserves it, if you have to be honest. He deserves it.
It's become so rampant lately too. It's become very bad.
Yeah. I just hope his legs aren't scratching the streets or something.
And he's talking. He's still talking.
Yeah, he's begging. Charlie. At this point, he has to beg.
No, Charlie.
At this point, he has to beg.
Snatch.
It's so sad. He got a lot of slaps, a lot of, people pinching his cheeks, slapping his cheeks and all. It's really, really sad. But
these people, they're very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be a thief is one of the smartest jobs alive.
Yeah, for that I agree. I would give them kudos for that. But obviously they are applying their brains or their smartness wrongly.
Wrongly, very wrongly.
But yeah.
It's not the way to go, guys. All right.
Anyway, we have a last video. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. Oh, you had to catch me opening my mouth like that. Stop it. But this is
too risky. Too risky. Only men. Men will do this.
So who discovered Africa? Who really discovered Africa? Because I don't understand. This is not survival instinct or whatever.
No.
This is very irresponsible.
It's gone past. Can you even read?
And he's getting on the road, though.
Oh yes, it was. Oh boy, Jumapa.
And this is where I would. So I'm wondering, this car does it have roadworthy? Because this should be thrown away. This is scraps, not a car, or it has to be fixed.
Even maintenance cannot maintain this. Look. That's okay.
Oh my goodness.
There's more. There's underground. There's okay.
Oh my goodness.
Serious Kokolomaja. But then there are so many cars with this condition.
Right.
Even here in Seko, just because I bought Chocho like almost every day. And then sometimes, Charlie, you guys should do better. God. You guys should do better.
Oh my God. And you should see how the men are watching. They are so embarrassed on
it's the way he's comfortable for me. Like it's like an everyday thing. Like
he's used to it. And it's a Benz. This is such a shame.
I tell you.
All the guys who've been making noise about Benz. Well, Benz is Benz na basa. If me, I always say I like BMW. And when I say that, people think, Audi. Yeah. Those are like my favorite car brands. Everybody likes to scream. Most guys like to scream about Benz.
All is beautiful.
Oh my God. You know what? It's okay, let's move on. I have a bonus video. I know I said this was going to be a last one, but this is so traumatizing. I want something better, something refreshing that will take the trauma out. So let's take a look at our last bonus video.
Hey.
Technologia. Technologia.
And why? What is? I mean, what is this? Is the person shouting technology for me?
Wow. Does this require full?
Technologia.
Well, it's equivalent to the steps now.
Technologia. Technologia. Technologia.
Listen, I have no words, Debbie. No words.
Her no words has made me swallow all my words right now.
No words. And someone is shouting this is not technology. This is not. I mean,
like if you want, like it's a sunny day, you're tired.
No,
you're
let's
walking.
take a look at the video again. You know what I'm surprised at? How are they able to fit in that small thing?
And they have a straight face on, like they mean business.
Well, to be fair, at least they're not on the main road.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're using the
main road
pedestrians.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, maybe they really want to.
But no, like this is technology, because see, there's this day maybe I was strolling, like maybe I'm going to Circle right now. Okay, I'm using a pedestrian passage, all right, but then I'm tired. I just want to, you know,
Debbie,
I don't want to walk.
Stop,
like I'm
stop
tired,
defending. Stop
and I just
defending
want to, you know,
stop
scroll,
it.
Like,
will you use that?
I am capable, but I won't, because I am embarrassed to say I will, but I would consider. I will.
Oh, Jesus.
I will, but it's equivalent to the steps. That's why I wish it was more faster. Yeah, I wish it was more faster than. But then, yeah, it's all right. Let's do one last video.
Okay, you want to give them a bonus video?
Yeah,
because this is no way. You know, that has to do with a woman. Martin, you had to do that. You know, anytime and every time when we're doing the trends and we have to make commentary about the trends, I used to think that, I was my only op on this show. I didn't know that my director was in bed with my co-host, because, you know, this is just him trying to settle scores, because we've bashed the men a lot. We've had a lot of videos with, you know, the men doing a lot of silly things. So he had to bring something that has to do with a woman. But this is again the fault. Again the fault. She's a victim.
Yeah.
You know, at least she's not fitting herself in a small vehicle, or she's not using some metallic something to
adjust something.
She's not doing any silly thing. She's a victim.
Oh God.
So power to the women. Power.
Yeah, power.
I'll always defend.
Or say women.
It's okay. So yeah, but let me advise you guys. Obviously, I think we're in a rainy season.
Yeah.
I used to think it only rains in June and stuff, but I think climate change. A lot of things are changing.
Exactly.
So the rains are here. You're going to probably meet a lot of these kind of things, like a lot of people that take cho-cho.
Yeah.
Please be careful when you go to the stations. Before you move, you see like some water somewhere. Before you try and step into it, be careful what you're stepping into, because you never know. It could be something steep, something very deep or something. So please, let's be careful, okay? And our government officials watching, please fix our roads too, so that we don't have to be victims to this.
Exactly.
This is really sad. Anyway, but that's it for our trend segment. I've had fun. Did you?
I did have fun. I did have fun, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm thinking of purchasing one of those mini,
Oh my
just
God.
to take a stroll around Central. But I'll customize mine, like with maybe make it pink, right? Debbie Sway on it.
Jesus.
Then, yeah.
I am traumatized. Anyway, let's now introduce to you what we are going to be talking about today. Well, I've mentioned that already in the intro. Probably you're just joining. Well, this is Chocho Diaries. What we do is we come your way every Saturday at 11 a.m. and we talk about issues, pertinent issues. That's about transport, that's about society, that's about, us in general. And today we're discussing the city appreciating. It's good news. I mean, prior to this government taking over, a lot of people doubted. In fact, there were people who said under Akufo-Addo's government, the dollar was at 15 cedis, 16 cedis, and the Mahama's government is going to, rise up to 20 cedis or even 25 cedis to a dollar. But the government has done the honorable thing of working the economy so well, so much so that the city has now appreciated. It went down to 14. It's now at 13. Hopefully, it goes down to 5 cities. That would be great. That would be good. The things I would shop on Amazon. Oh my God. I'm really praying. I'm fasting. I'm really, really fasting and praying. And hoping that God gives, our leader that, technical know-how to make the city appreciate more. Also, last week, if you joined the show, I spoke with COPEC because fuel prices has also significantly gone down. And oftentimes, when things get expensive, when fuel prices go up, when the dollar depreciates, and you speak to some of these key groups or civil groups or associations that determine the prices of things in this country, they always say, things are now expensive because of the dollar. Now even snails, you go to the market to buy snails that we do not import, snails. They will tell you because of the dollar, snail prices have gone up.
Exactly.
And so now that the dollar is appreciating, now that fuel prices have gone down, so that means our transport systems or our transport associations should be able to work on the prices so that it goes down. So if, as of now, if I'm to pick a car from, let's say, Circle to Spintex, if in the past I was paying, let's say, 20 cedis, I should be able to pay 10 cedis or 15 cedis.
Exactly.
I should be able to feel the city appreciating in my pocket. Okay? Why are we not feeling that? Because as of now, there's a market on the Spintex Road called Texpo Market. If you live on the Spintex Road, you know what I mean. I personally feel that market's a money laundering market because the prices there is unique. Their prices are unique. They behave like it's only rich people that come and shop there. But it's a market, like a full local market. It's crazy. And they always would talk about, transport prices, dollar. Transport prices, dollar. It's crazy. But we want to have a conversation around why we're not feeling the city appreciating in our pockets. It should be able to reflect in the cost of items on the market. And so we're going to be playing you a vox pop. Debbie went out onto the streets, had a conversation with you. Probably you watching, you were probably on, so with you. And Debbie, tell me what was your experience there?
So last week I went to Kaneshi Market and I spoke to people, about the fuel prices, the change in the fuel prices and how it's, affecting them right now. And trust me, they didn't even want to hear it. Someone actually said that he wishes it was something else that dropped, not the fuel. that the government shouldn't have even tackled that because they don't
It's still
see
the
any.
same.
It's still the same, exactly. And one thing I realized is that someone also mentioned that the reason why prices are not falling and they're not feeling it as citizens is because it's not been stabilized. Although it's gone down, but you can't tell. Maybe what if in 2 weeks it shoots up again?
Oh, but come on, it started at 14.
Exactly.
Now it's 13. So
what are you
what
saying?
kind of excuse is that? Anyway, let's take a look at that Vox conversation.
I don't think maybe that's actually changed anything at the market. When you go to market, especially the electrical cables, by now I thought maybe they can even maybe reduce some of their prices so that things can be cheaper a little bit. But I don't see any difference on the market. So for me, I don't think it's that anything or any value in the system.
Drivers no opere was see impa na dey vet and so but na boom dey no dey fight mate no say some do man kram proper do atsena do be do endam enwa nti no wo ma bibia dey say what no bibia okay mine
nti baby for car ko dey bia no what price no do
oh na me fa car me ko do nya na dey ade nti no say the price ni na dadin yo
nti what do kakra
man
fuel na dey no kura mat so but ye hu hwe ebe ya mo nka spare parts no mo anonte duty ni so ma omo kakra ni amane se na ebe ya pass ne bo beba fom wa fuel na dey eba batensi di kura na se pass wo soro kura na still ye hu hwe because ka ura no at the end of the day no about the pass na ebe to season ye fuel no ndi se obo am duty ni ba fom di an kan na ebe bo ayen ye den na se so se fuel do betum ateso mo ana se duty ni na ehia yen tisiru obeti duty ni so dia kebe ende oh yeah the drivers in there yeah na you betu maka say what fuel so ntino ebi a ti lorry fare so ana BBC ade buy omo motonto ade ne de o mind e be ya omo kura na say start wo mo so because omo ye wiki too much ade ne ye turn 5 cedi ya ti fuel so ebi a ya ti so maka say GP nti lorry fare so ye hwe ebi a GP betu mate so by ono na de no turn for example say pure water 50 pesos o ye the 50 na no beton no
Sabela na mikasa yi amano me de fati pa na se mante so kura senkeye ija senka muti ne ba fom kakra ija ye kura ye ko one trip na se ne de ni na to de zo na be amen shumani ye ko one trip na ye san de ato de be ye de na mate so preko na ye hu se na eko ne ji amamuni de check it out kwasa na tie e be wie kura ye memeti sika kura meti kura ne buafu se yisisi wom tie be ya na mo nso mama so na mama so ate na yenso yenya kakra te deze no nso na ma ye kwa yenyi sika kakra na yenso yitumi ndi ye chop money e bu kura ba ko ba kura na wonye bi ma wife ukun wo yire se wo di sika ko twempna enso mfa ko twempra sika na ema
nso ma titufu so do buy and shut down Manchara nyewe bia se ebe boy every because Manchara antisu kesi bia sa in the store now we are facing a lot of challenges because Manchara antisu kesi bia oh me sure because far as I to fuel so no manu ko for my bobo head you to me cause yes yeah too fair so
It haven't helped me in any way. It haven't helped because the drivers, they haven't reduced the prices. They are the same, so it haven't helped. It's not a real thing. It's a thing that always goes on. Since if we reduce prices, they don't reduce. So it's been like it's something there. They will not do it. It's not about small or big it is. They will not do it.
Let me just say that I absolutely loved the last but three.
Yeah,
last but three gentlemen. He was hilarious. But anyway, that Vox Pop was from the streets of Accra, where we sampled your insights or your thoughts on the effect of fuel being reduced. And you know, it's sad.
Very.
Because we've managed to we've politicized everything in this country in a way that when real things are happening, we cry for change. And when the change happens, we find a way to get an excuse for not also doing our bit. We always, lambast the government. Government must do their bit in ensuring that we get a stabilized, good economy. And then government does that, and then when it's now time for us to do our parts, we come up with all kinds of excuses. We've sat here, we've complained, we've had conversations with driver unions, right? Station masters, and they've complained bitterly about fuel prices going up and spare parts buy a deal, what. Now, the government is working. You're showing working. They have reduced fuel prices, and the dollar is now appreciating very well. And it's now time for you, the station master, the driver union association head, to ensure that your people to do what is right. You guys don't want to do it. Your prices are still at the same price from previous.
Noella, at this point, it's very concerning because whenever prices drop, there are certain people that are going to adhere to it. Like for certain stations in Ghana here, they have actually reduced the price. As one gentleman said that he goes to Dowenya often, and his prices has been reduced a little. But most of them, I board Chocho to Chado all the time. It's never been the case. When they started reducing prices for other places in that same station, they told me that, Chado dear, so we can't, decrease the fare. And it's very concerning. So if this...
And drivers are still taking double prices for certain destinations.
Exactly.
Because there's high in demand or whatever. It's really sad. And I always say that we are a reflection of our politicians. So anytime when you think, oh, it suits me, so let me speak bad against the politician, know that if you found yourself in his seat, you'll probably do worse. You'll probably do worse. Anyway, let's now cross over to Kumasi, where Yao is on standby to get some reactions from the people in Kumasi. We always, focus here in Accra, but there are a lot of things also happening across, the country and other parts of the regions. And so we want to touch base with the people of Kumasi. We've heard a lot about the people in Siano. We know you guys watch the show a lot, and so it's a good thing that today Yao decided to, be there and get your thoughts as well. Yao, can you hear me? Hi, Yao. Yao Odum. Yao probably can't hear me. If you can hear me, you should unmute. But I guess we're working the lines to get him to talk to us. But basically, we're having a conversation around the city appreciating, fuel prices going down, and how we can work towards that reflecting in our pockets. That wouldn't take politicians. That would take you and I. And so, station masters, union heads, if you're watching today, please, let's all be citizens. Let's all do our part. Let's all do our bits. Right? Governance is not just about certain people that will be elected into office. It's all about us. You do your bit, they do their bit, and together we benefit, right? But if government is always going to do their bit and we're not going to do ours, or we're going to do ours and government's not going to do ours, then what are we doing? We're just running in circles. So that's a conversation we're having today. Hi, Yao, I can hear you. How do you just come into a like that? So what I was calling you, you didn't mind me. Yao.
Hello, Luana, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Yao. Yao, I can hear you. Yao Odu. Why am I mentioning his full name like that? Hi, Yao. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing maybe he has issues with his network. I always tell him to use a good network. I don't know the network he's now using, but the one I knew, whatever. Anyway, so let's take a quick breather, and when we come back, we'll be speaking to Yao, who is all the way in Kumasi. You're welcome back. It's Chocho Diaries live on Joy Prime Television. And you know what? I don't want to talk a lot because we are racing against time right now. Let me hand over to Yao Odum, who's live with us all the way in Kumasi, to give us a rundown of what Kumasi people think about, the city appreciating, fuel prices going now, and how that's not reflecting in our pockets and on the market.
How we should be sorted. The Church of the City show on Joy Prime is in Kegetia today. Now, the conversation has already been started by Nuala. Thank you so much, Nuala. And Debbie Sweet in the house. We're talking about fuel reduction, its impact on market women, drivers, passengers. And today we're happy to find ourselves in the Kegetia market. Now, we're talking to some market women in the Kegetia market. Mommy, good morning. Patrona Bibiabo call. Now, your friend said, to be not an area. And I know if you Church of the TV show, I will joy prayer. Now, you do for more effort, poor, I had to so, and then your the person I say, no business, I'm more than 4 and I had to so. From January, ABC, and I know. How much is so bad, me and Sa, and I. And here, besides, I don't changes there. Now, impact when they are announced, so I swear, Ben, in your business.
They said that the phone on him and not the son and you want to pay the foot guy, now, I want to make my head.
Okay.
They actually better than my son.
Wow.
And you had your new thing. And then you man, you order them and one for That's a dollar, making our body.
That's a dollar, it's a dollar out of form. Okay. Now, see, I can say, Emma, Kumasi, I do Trump. I send you some person culture buy and then pay for the amount of our church right in the station. Hey, I don't see. What are they doing? AKA Bubash Kevinant, AKA Schumann. This very afternoon, a negligent driver nearly knocked a student down after refusing to stop or even slow down for the student to cross the road using the zebra crossing side of the road. I have with me here this very negligent driver who refused to stop. Please, my friend, come here. And also, I have with me here a student who happens to be part of the case road safety panel. My dear, please come. Hello, what's your name?
Sesinam.
Viewers, Sesinam is a potential future president. And I believe in next 2 years too, she will be taller than me. By the way, Sesinam asked a question to ask this negligent driver. Sesinam, my dear, go on with your question.
The question I want to ask him is that, are you aware that if a pedestrian is crossing a road where there is zebra crossing, you need to stop for the person to cross?
Are you aware? Boss, everybody is aware about this. Everybody is aware.
Okay.
So if I were to be your daughter and you see me crossing the street, won't you stop for me to cross?
All right, so we apologize for the poor picture quality from Kumasi. Obviously, you know we work with networks, and so I guess, you know, we're not in the good books of networks today, and so we're sorry. But yeah, we're still in Kumasi. He's going to be sampling the thoughts of our people in Kumasi, and we're going to make sure we play that to you. We had to improvise by playing that video. That explains why you had to see Bubuashi Kevin Hart again. But you'd have to you'd have to bear with us, okay? Like I said, next week, Yao is going to be back here, and we're going to play all those reactions from Kumasi. Whether if you're in Kumasi, you're watching, and you're feeling some type of impacho, boga. Anyway, but we're still back here in the studio. Debbie is still here. Debbie, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm still here.
I mean, I was really looking forward to those reactions from Kumasi because, and the lady, was speaking to, was building up a beautiful point, you know. But like I said, unfortunately, we had to truncate that because of the bad picture quality. Anyway, we're still having a conversation around, you know, the city appreciating and fuel prices going down. Yeah. I mean, you, obviously, I don't want to believe you don't cook.
I do cook.
You do cook, right? So,
chef, best. Actually, yeah, I'm a very good cook. I cook very good.
Well, at this point, it's just you bragging.
I don't want to blow my trumpet, but I'll bring you something.
What are you gonna make?
Anything you want.
Anything.
I can make anything and everything, actually.
I want jenkple. They always have a setting. Actually, I've always wanted to taste that food. I think it's maize and then they cook it with a stew base or something and they cook it like
I'll learn how to make jenkple. I've never had it, so I can't tell.
So you can't say anything I want then.
Anything I've eaten before, I can't.
But anyway, you have been, obviously if you've been cooking, obviously means you've been going to the market and everything. Exactly. You want to share with us some of your experiences in the market, some of the prices. I go to the market a lot, you know, because I cook a lot. Well, I don't like cooking, but I happen to have to cook. And almost every time I go to the market, things have, you know, it's like they increase the prices from the last time I was in. Exactly. One of the things that has become like cocaine, okay, obviously I have to, because it's a hard drug, right? I had to get Jack. One of the things that has become like cocaine in the market is ginger.
Wow.
Ginger. Like, they have their olonka container. For those of you who are watching, you don't know what olonka is. It's like a, like a container, okay, a measuring container they use in measuring the number of ginger you want to get or the volume of ginger you want to get, and then they price you based on that. So there's the biggest one is called olonka, is the biggest, you know, measuring container. And you would get that for 100 cedis or 150 cedis. Yeah. It's crazy. Wow. You go to the market, you want to get 50 cedis worth of ginger, and it's like this.
Handful.
Like, and, you know, every time, it just adds on to my anxiety in life because I'm like, what the hell? It's crazy. Things that are so basic, you know, and they would always say it's the fuel prices, it's the transportation, is this, is that. So please, this is my humble appeal. If you are a drivers association president or lead and you're watching, I beg you, I know obviously maybe some politician somewhere is messing up with you or it's not making you happy. Please, it's not about you. It's not about the small association. It's about the entire country. It's about all of us. We are at your mercy. We beg you, please. The dollar is gradually appreciating. If maybe today it was 14, and then it went on to maybe 15, went back to 15. Then the excuse they say that, it's not, you know, there's no stability. It's not being stabilized properly. Then I can understand, then I can agree with you. But if it was at 14, has come down to 13, it means the probability that it will come down to 12, 11 is high, to 10 is high. So please, I know some of the things, and you know, to be fair to them, some of the things, and I'm talking in relation to the market women, they bought some of the things when the dollar was, let's say, 15 or 16. And that stock has not been cleared. So they have to clear that stock. But we beg you, meet us halfway. We beg you so that we can all survive in this country. Else, it's hard. It's hard. Things are hard. Things are really, really hard.
I mean, the last time I took a budget of 400 cedis to the market, I ended up spending 600 to 700 cedis.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Anyway, listen, we've come to the end of the show. We've had a beautiful conversation, had a beautiful, entertaining show. Next week, we're going to come back your way. Obviously, right here on this channel, Yao will probably be in studio with me, or probably he would be somewhere in another region sampling people's thoughts as well. But please do well to be a part of the show. If you have any video you want to share with us, you have any concerns, phone number will be displayed on your screen shortly. You can send all those videos and concerns to that number so that we can, amplify it for you right here on the show. Until then, I want to say thank you so much for always indulging us right here on Trotro Diaries. Please do not tune off. Keep watching Joy Prime Television. I did this with the beautiful
Debbie Sway.
And yeah, we're back next week. Mwah.
Mwah.